Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Pel Motlhabane, and we're still here analyzing the trending topics on these streets. If you're new here, thank you very much for stopping by. Please hit that subscribe button. Be free to like and share the videos and comment down below.
I am woman, I am fearless, I am sexy, I'm divine, I'm unbeatable, I'm creative, honey, you can get it in life.
So finally, Sergeant Mohola is done with her testimony. At some point, she even had the judge and the advocate Mngomezulu arguing yet again, and Mngomezulu accusing Rata of answering for the witness. So yeah, it became a little bit of a heated space there between the advocate Mngomezulu and Judge Rata, and it's not the first time. It's like these two are always at each other. It's like it's either Judge Rata and Mngomezulu or Judge Rata and Mshololo. Unfortunately, it always looks like when Rata has decided that you don't have a point, then you don't have a point. I guess when he has ruled, his ruling is final. So forget about trying to clarify any further. It won't matter. Once he's ruled against you, he's ruled against you. So according to Advocate Mngomezulu, the accused number one apparently requested that he be detained in prison because when he's in the police holding cells there at Silverton, he was being assaulted by the investigating team. Bo Sergeant Mogola, Bo Jonathan, Buthelezi, Mapumulo, yeah, this lot. These ones were also accused of beating up accused number two again. Looks like they're notorious for beating up accused persons. So he wanted to be moved from the holding cells to be detained in prison. But the Sergeant Mogola, he had a different version of that conversation. Instead, he said the accused number one came to her and asked that he be detained in the police holding cells, not the prison, because he said the prison food, the papa, was very small. Really, it was not enough. So, this is where I'm inclined to believe that this sergeant was lying because, wow, this man is accused of a serious thing. He's accused of killing a man. His life is on the line for killing a man. And you want us to believe that the request that he's making to you is based on the amount of haliche on his dish? It doesn't sound very believable. Maybe he did. Who knows? I mean, it looks like accused number one is a big dude, but I don't think that will be top of his priorities right now. I'd rather believe the version where he's requesting to be moved because he's saying he's being beaten by the investigating team while he's being held in the police cells. That's the version that I'm inclined to believe. To me, some of the things that Sergeant Mogola was putting on record were not very value-adding, like this one on the papa portion. You can definitely try to investigate allegations where the accused was saying he's being assaulted. You can try to find out if he's indeed being assaulted. It's not like you can go and say, we want to try and figure out if you've been indeed giving him, can you increase his portion of papa. It sounds like just drama. And so when the court was done with Mogola's testimony, now the state came back with the AVL expert, Mr. Dupre. And before that even started, there was another tussle between the judge again and Advocate Mshololo on the presentation of the report to the court. So like when the state put it to the court to say the AVL expert witness, Mr. Dupre, was ready to come back and to present his report as requested by the defense, Advocate Mshololo then highlighted that as the defense team, they had requested that since Mr. Dupre was not able to give them the report ahead of his testimony, they can just sit with him so that he can take them through the report ahead of taking the stand. Well, to me, an ordinary person watching, it seemed like a very fair ask, but the judge had a very totally different view. He said the witness, Mr. Dupre, was to come and present his report. Then afterwards, and all of those defense attorneys, they can have a chance to all cross-examine him. The advocate Mshololo highlighted the approach as outlined by the judge was not fair because, well, they were entitled to see the report before it's being presented, and all of those things that she wanted to say. But before she could even complete her thought process, like finish her sentence, the judge was already saying, okay, no, I've ruled. If you want to take me on appeal, you can take me on appeal. I've made a ruling. At that point, to me, that is the unfair part. The unfair part is in how he's even delivering his position. Being able to differ on how you interpret the law, to me, is fine. We'll leave it to them. We'll leave that to them because they are the legal minds. But Rata's role aside, whether biased or not, I've always felt like he's a very smart person. It has nothing to do with the case. It has nothing to do with whether he's being fair or not, whether he's being biased or not. Just the way he talks to these advocates, especially when he doesn't agree with them. It's like he gets very angry so fast. Before you even know it, he's already like in the middle of an argument. And sometimes you'll be like, this really was not supposed to be an argument. It becomes very cringy. Like, these people are grown-ups. The respect in how we talk to each other should just be there. Whether you disagree or not, it should just be there. Why should it go to you can take me on an appeal if you think I'm not fair, or I can recuse myself if that's what you want. It's almost like you can't have a different point of view. Somebody else, if they get that kind of response from a judge, might just shy away from coming forth with questions or pushbacks in the future, and then it doesn't become in the interests of justice for an accused person. If a defense attorney or if a defense advocate is going to feel intimidated to put his points across, especially if it's going to differ with the judge's point of view. But sometimes I do wonder if these people, do they have free counseling services available to them? But I mean, I'm sure they earn enough to be able to take themselves for some therapy or counseling, just to be able to just let out some steam. They deal with real life issues and taking very unpopular decisions on a very regular basis. And in cases where you appear to be biased in your decisions, like sometimes it looks like Rata is biased and everyone is like, oh, biased, the judge. There's a burden of responsibility that comes with that. And he has to own those decisions that he takes. So sometimes, when I'm listening to these proceedings, and I feel like the judge has underlying anger issues, he's very fast to just start, I'm inclined to give him a little bit of grace in my judgment of him. And we do judge a lot. We are free to judge him, and we do. The thing is, I don't disagree with his position. The position that he was taking, I don't disagree with it. Because to me, it felt like they were differing in court procedure on how it should be done. And I'm sure there is protocol to be followed, and that's what should guide them. Whether Mshololo was right, whether the judge was right, the judge decided his ruling was final. But my biggest issue is in how that conversation just unfolded, how you present your disagreement. It can't always be like, before I even finish a sentence, you're like, no, I've ruled my ruling. So yeah, that was the issue for me. Nonetheless, Mr. Dupree has indeed taken to the stand. The cross-examination has commenced of his report. So I'll cover that in the next video sessions. The interrogations of the movements of the Fortuna. This report is literally taken on a minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day type of interrogation over a couple of days. So it's something that would literally require a separate coverage. But as always, I want to know your thoughts, guys, on the comment section. Please, let's interact. Again, please share, subscribe. I do appreciate you guys very much. And I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.